everyone. Welcome to AI R&D Lab. I am Divya Srivastav. I did my PhD from Computer Science and Engineering Department, IIT Jodhpur. And the domain of my PhD was document image analysis using handcrafted and machine learning techniques. So, this is the episode 2 of our series where I am discussing about my PhD work, how I started with my PhD work, what are the challenges I faced, then my thesis. I will be discussing my thesis in detail regarding the literature survey I did, then what are the contributions being made by me, where those chapters are being published. So I will be discussing all of them in this series. So today is the episode 2. So before starting with the today's video, let's have a quick recap. So in the previous video, we have discussed what is document, then its types. So document is what? A piece of paper which has got some written information in it, and when this piece of paper is being digitized, scanned, or taking photograph, it converts to a document image. Then what are the types of images? So according to my understanding, I have classified these document types as printed and handwritten documents, structured and unstructured documents, then noisy or degraded documents, and then multimodal documents. Now, after these documents, we had discussed about what is document image analysis. So, it is a big umbrella term which encapsulates various small processes which are required for digitization of a document image. And then, what are the challenges being faced during this process of document image analysis? So, like challenges which I list down is noise component, then layout complexity is there, the variabilities associated with handwritten documents, and then the vast diversities of the document that makes this process challenging. However, the more challenging the process is, the more is the benefits of this process. This document image analysis, it finds its real world relevance in massive digitization efforts of the government where we want to preserve our ancient scriptures, some parliament, like say parliament proceedings, then your bank passbook. So now in the digital era, we everyone wants the information in their mobile phones, in their hands, and therefore we want the digitization of all the text which is being done are present in a from the ancient time till date. So for this purpose, document image analysis finds is a challenging but very interesting topic. So after all this, let's quickly move towards our previous today's video. So in today's video, very first thing that I will discuss about is the organization of thesis, and then I will give the overview of my chapters and details of where these research works are being published. Okay, so starting with today's video, let's get started. What is the organization of my thesis? So I have organized my thesis depending upon the special effect of a document image. Now, image is what? Image is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional matrix. If it is a binary or grayscale image, it is a two-dimensional matrix. And if it is a colored image, it is a three-dimensional matrix. So, now in this matrix, there are rows and there are columns, and then and those rows and columns with their cells, some information is written, some mathematical value is present in it, like 10, 20, 255, 250, something like that. So let me consider 2D image for simplicity of understanding. So in a 2D image having rows and columns, there are some values present in it. Now, with respect to image, these values present in a matrix, 2D matrix, is called as a pixel value. So an image comprises of various pixel values that are being present in this matrix, and visually they give some imprints that makes an image. So according to that pixel value, the very first special effect, if I say, if when I am working on the image and how I am processing it is the processing with the pixel value. So on the pixel level, I have solved two problems. One was the denoising and second one was the super resolution. So denoising problem, it means to remove the noise. Now noise is present in various formats. So we have deal with the denoising part in an unsupervised setting. And then was the super resolution, that when we want to increase the dimension of the image, increase the resolution of the image, then the image used to get distorted. So to preserve the structure, to add those pixel values which should not distort the image is the process. It is called as super resolution. So the second level of analysis in my thesis was text level. Or text level is actually specific to document. If I say in an image level, in according to a generalized image, it is a patch level. So the very smallest component is pixels. Then a group of pixels when together they form a patch. Okay. So in a document image, if I consider a patch, I should say it as a text. So a character or a group of characters forming a word. So these words can be the middle level spatial effect that is required to process the image. So we have got to in this respect, I have solved two problems. First one was the word spotting, and in word spotting also we have used a cluttered medium. Details we will discuss later. And second one was the word normalization part, where we have done non-uniform normalizations to make the word easy, understandable, and easy to process, easy to have the further recognition system for their better recognitions. After text level, the next level that we have classified is structure level, where I am considering complete image at once. So I am processing complete image. This type of spatial effect is needed when I want to, let's say, remove the background, or I want to to the layout analysis, layout form segmentation. So like if it is a form image and I want to do the form segmentation. So yes, in the structure level, I have solved two problems. Very first one was the form segmentation, and second one was the form association. So this is about the organization of my thesis, where I have organized my thesis in three spatial levels. First one is the pixel level, second one is the text level, and third one is the structure level. So according to this analysis, we have total 6 chapters in my thesis, and out of these six, five are published work, two are the SCI journals, and three are the conferences, international conferences. And the sixth chapter was actually the downstream task to show the effectiveness of the proposed approaches by the above chapters. So that chapter was not published. It is just a downstream task that I am showing the effectiveness of the above approaches. So my very first chapter is word spotting in a cluttered medium. So the problem over here was that if a word is there and that word is being like this cluttered by some strike through, that the strike through can be mistaken only done, or some like intentionally done, or like as a real life use case, we have got the in the real life use case we have like a in a forms there's a shiro rekha is there in Devanagari text, and or like we have got the form fields separating cells boundaries are there. So if it is being like we are having a word which is being cluttered by some strike through, then how I have done word spotting even in the presence of that strike through. So this was my first contribution, and this work was published in the Computer Vision and Image Processing Conference, International Conference. It was held in Jabalpur, and this work was actually done in 2017 actually, and it was then submitted and published. The conference was held in 2018, and the work like publishing of this after the proceedings publishing, it took time, so it was finally published in 2020. So this was my chapter 1. Then coming to my chapter 2 was cell extraction and horizontal scale corrections in structured documents. So what is cell extraction? So in a form image, uh, we want to do the extract the text, and to extract the text and make it meaningful, we also need to understand the mm, layout of the forms, the structures, the form boundaries and all that we want to understand. So therefore the very first thing that we did in this work, that from a form image I have extracted all the cells present in it. all the cells, the structure of the form, the tables, tabular structure that I have extracted. There was noise present in that, and out of due to which the existing algorithms could not do that work. So we have made some changes, and like this work was like handcrafted work only. So I've made changes in the existing algorithms, and with those modifications proposed by us, we were able to extract the cells very effectively. And now after extracting the cell, the word which was present inside it, so it is a common fashion that if a user is writing out a word in a fixed area, he writes in a normal pattern where the characters are like sparsely located, and when it's approaching towards the end of the space, they shrink it out to make it compact and to make it adjust in that space only. So for this purpose and such type of words with uniform character spacing, they pose problem for further recognition task and all. So that's why we have the normalization, and our was non-uniform normalization that makes the word as evenly characters in the word as evenly spaced. So this was my second work, and it was also published in the same conference, a computer vision and image processing conference held at Jabalpur. Then coming to my third work, this work is associating field components in heterogeneous handwritten form images using graph autoencoder. So my previous two works was done when the deep learning was not that much in fashion, and so I have used the handcrafted methods for them. From this work onwards, I have used the deep learning approaches, and I've used graph autoencoder over here. So the problem statement was that there are various types. So there are the very much diversity is present in a handwritten form images. Now in that diverse layout structure, we have got uh, we have got form field label, and then there is a value. So there is a printed question which is being written, and the user is writing the answer for that for that question. So we need to have the associations, we need to have the links between them for further processing or for further understanding of the form document. So to make that labels, we have predicted the associations between those form label and label values, and I've used graph autoencoder technique for this one. So this work was published. I presented this work in International Conference of Document Image Analysis and Recognition, that is ICDAR. So it is like one of the, it is actually the only flagship conference, the best conference dedicated to document image only, specific to document image only. This were conferences there. So I have published this work in one of the workshop which was held during this conference, and we have traveled to Australia, Sydney. There this conference was held, and I published my work over there. It was an oral paper, so I've given the presentation of for this work, and then this work was published in 2020 only. The conference was held in 2020 actually. I don't remember, it was 19 or 20 something. And then, like, yes, after that, this work was published in the proceedings. Now, coming to our next work is our next work actually, it deals with super resolution. So the problem is that we have got the low resolution images, and those images are noisy also. So if we are increasing the resolution of noisy images, the noise also used to get super resolved. So for that purpose, we need to have some method where we are denoising the image and super resolving it, doing both the tasks hand to hand. So, in existing algorithms, these two tasks were considered separately, and therefore it could not perform very well. So, we have actually solved this task together by using a zero shot, I say, or like unsupervised setting. So, we have just used one reference image to understand the statistics of the clean image, and then it was completely unsupervised setting. So by this we have solved, and this work was published in Sadhana. It's an SCI journal. So we have submitted this work, and yes, for this work we have got the very best reviews where there was no corrections, no amendments was there, and it was just one short publication we got out of this work. So this was my fourth contribution. Now, coming to our next work is the selective denoising in document image using reinforcement learning. So, in this work, actually, our problem statement was that if we are having a noise in an image, in the practical scenario, it's not that complete image is having the noise. Some particular part of the image can have the noise. So, for example, especially if I say in terms of document image, so we have got documents. For the very old documents, like ancient documents, if I say of like palm scriptures are there, so these old document papers, these papers used to get some molds and all. That mold does not necessarily to have its effect on entire document. It can have its impact on a small part of a document. So, or like we have got some coffee mug stains are there, some ink bleeds is there. So the noise is ideally for document image. It's not that complete image is having the noise. Some part of image can is having the noise. And if we are denoising the complete image, due to the denoising effect, the cleaner part of the images, the foreground text of the images was also getting disturbed. So that's why we devised a technique where we are denoising only a small part of an image, not the complete image. So yes, for this technique, we have used a reinforcement learning. So it's a very like compared to other techniques, it was new at that time. So we studied, and then we actually found that yes, reinforcement learning is being used recently for image processing tasks. So why we should not try it for our work also? And we have tried it out. We made our data sets, synthetic data set we made for this work, and this has given a tremendous and a very nice outstanding results we got. And yes, this work was also published in Sadhana, and it was a one-shot publications where no corrections were required, and just we submitted the work and we got the acceptance in one shot only. So this was my fifth contribution towards my thesis. Now, after this work was our last contribution, which was article segmentation in integrated newspaper images. So in this work, actually, we had the data set with Joganta newspaper. It is a pre-independence era newspaper, and it is a Bangla newspaper. So it was very noisy. The original document, the newspaper, the fabric of that newspaper was somewhat distorted. That had its effect on the document itself. It was a completely brown image, and even the text was very much disturbed. The layout was very much compact at that time. So when we are processing this, due to the presence of noise, the segmentation was failing tremendously. Like we have used the existing off-the-shelf techniques which was available, that multimodal fully convolutional network we have used the FCN network, we have used the UNet network, and it was the all techniques were failing very tremendously. So we found that yes, due to the presence of noise we could not perform well. Then, using our proposed approaches that we have discussed in our previous one, we have used super resolution and denoising approaches. We have to use selective denoising approaches. And after we have denoised the document, and then we have when after denoising when did the segmentation, the results improve very well. So, like I will not say that it was perfect results, but yes, it was all near to perfect. It was near to perfect. So because this was like we have not made any, honestly speaking, for this particular problem, this was not a contribution that we have made. It was just the application of our previous work on a new data set, and we found that yes, this was working well. So that's why we have included this in our chapter to show the usefulness of the various techniques that we have proposed before. So these are the total six contributions of my thesis. So if I sum up regarding these contributions, so I'll say that my thesis is basically it's a combination of machine learning and handcrafted methods. So the above two are the handcrafted techniques, and later on four chapters they are like based on the machine deep learning techniques. And I have used the various different type of deep algorithms. Like in the third chapter, I have used the graph autoencoder technique. In the fourth chapter, I have used the GAN networks. It is a generative adversarial networks technique. In the fifth chapter, I have used the reinforcement learning technique. So these are the very different domains of algorithm, deep algorithms that are existing in the literature, and we have modified those techniques, adapted them according to our requirement, and then we have like proposed our approaches, and it's something, if you visit back to your thesis, you feel happy, you feel proud when you see that yes, your work has made a significance, the output, the results are like incredible. So yes, these are the six contributions, and that's it for today's video. From the next video onwards, we will discuss each and every chapter in detail. And yes, before concluding, I would like to tell you the title of my thesis. It's From Words to Structures, Enhancing Document Image Analysis Using Handcrafted and Machine Learning Technique. So yes, as discussed in the starting part of this video, during the organization of my thesis, it was from pixels to structure. So similarly, the title that we have worked from word level to structure level, and we have enhanced document image analysis for work using the handcrafted and machine learning techniques. So that's it for today's video. Stay in touch to us if you have any queries, any doubts, even your positive or negative feedbacks. You have any doubts regarding my thesis, any such comments you want to make on my thesis, on my work, anything you want to ask, do mention it in the comment below. Stay tuned to us, follow us in our social media pages for more updates about our organization, what AI and Lab is doing. And we provide internships, we provide research assistance, we provide mentorship for hackathons or some other type of mentorships. In So we are dedicated towards the AI, usage of AI, and more focused towards developing AI algorithms. So if you want any sort of assistance from us, drop us a mail, like put it in a comment below. In whatever form, we'll get back to you. We'll be in touch to you. So yes, thank you for everyone. Thank you for your time. Let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.